The Pet Cemetery.
One, it was meant to be fun for the fans of the original movie that we'd switched it up on them. We weren't expecting marketing to put it in a trailer. We were hoping that they would discover it in a movie. But since they did, the truth is, you can't have the conversations about death and heaven and those kinds of things with a 3-year-old.
Taking the older child, you're going with the character who asks those questions in the beginning of the story. The one who's asking about death. That's going, what happens to my cat when it dies? What happens to us when we die? And this person now is the person that has the presence of mind to know what is happening to them when they come back from the dead, and that can express themselves. And that's the thing, like if in the original book, Gage does. They say like Gage opens his mouth and he speaks in a perfect, clear voice, even though he's a three-year-old, you know, which is tough to do with a real 3-year-old. You know, it works in fiction, but in the movie, using like the older actress, she really is able to delve into these themes, and it really brings up the psychology of what is happening.
She's starting to question existence, and so that brings that deepening, that deep question into the mix. Whereas a 3-year-old, they're not. They're just the center of the universe.
I mean, in a lot of ways, it's inevitable. You know, I mean, it's the idea of like, on the one hand, the movie's a constant chain reaction. I mean, look at it. On the one hand, the communication and the lack of communication between the parents and how they talk about death of their daughter is a problem that they never solve. Lewis wants to go march into the room and tell Ellie that the cat is dead. And Rachel says, no, 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 say the cat ran away. He very reluctantly agrees, you know. Then the cat comes back and the cat is now undead, and Lewis knows this, but Lewis doesn't tell the wife this. He says, I must have been wrong. The cat was so now he's lying. He's taking up the mantle of pushing that question off, right? So everybody is constantly pushing things off, and there's a constant chain reaction, which could only end bad, you know? So the end of the movie, that final image of them all coming back, and now Gage is gonna get it. It's this idea of inevitability, of like, that small spark that begins with the conversation develops to the point where it's a tragedy. Everything is undone by that. And if we're having fun and you're looking at what the book did and the first movie did, Gage is the evil incarnate in the book. And at the end of our movie, he's the victim. He's at the last person standing. Like, they're all evil and he's trapped inside the car. You know, and that final sound, you're sitting there going, it's a complete subversion of what they did originally, which is a way to kind of say, like, we're doing our own thing. We're respecting the essence of what the novel did, but at the same time, though, we're turning everything around and having fun with it, but still telling the same foundational story.
We wanted to tell the audience this is fun, you know, and macabre at the same time. And there was a lot of trial and error to get there, because I think endings in horror films in general are the most tricky thing. I did 1408, another Stephen King story, and it was the same thing, where the calibration is so important, because what you bring to the experience as an audience member really influences how you feel about the ending, and you can't know that in the script form. So you can only know it after you've shot it.